Hello there and welcome back to Pallegney. So this episode is going to be spanning both March and April, and the reason for that is we don't have an awful lot to do in March. I do want to get our potato processing emptied because I believe the products we have start to reach their premium sell price from April onwards, so I'd like to get that emptied. I know we have quite a few pallets in there, so that might take a little while, and I want to get our pigs fed. So something I did realize, because we skipped through January and February quite quickly in the last episode, I realized that I forgot to feed the chickens, so I cheated a little bit and fed them in between episodes off camera. I do hope you'll forgive me for that. Once we've done the potato processing, fed our pigs, we will skip through to April, and I have a plan for the crops we're going to plant for this year and why we're going to plant them. We'll discuss that when we get to April. So with all that said, let's do our usual morning whip over the fence, and we'll jump in our small tractor and let's take care of the pigs first of all. Yeah, they don't have much base food left, which is their sorghum. They do have enough grain, protein and root crops for now. Something I did realize, and it's really obvious now that I'm looking at it, is that they consume the foods in the ratios that are specified on the screen there. So half the food they consume is the base crop, which is sorghum in our case, and the rest is consumed a little bit slower. So what I'm going to do is feed them about 12,000 litres of sorghum, and I'll just leave that in the pen. I believe they go through about 2,400 litres per month for 40 of them. That's half of their total consumption. And then they go through 1,200 litres of both the sunflowers and barley, and then I think it's about 300 or 400 litres of the potatoes or sugar beets. So fortunately we have more than enough sorghum to be able to feed them, and sorghum is going to be one of our crops that we plant this year, and we're going to be planting 3 fields of it. But enough of that for now. I will discuss that in more detail with you next month. For now, let's get our potato processing emptied. We'll get the big trailer over there and the forklift, and I will see you over there. Okay, so we have loaded up a whole large trailer of potato product here, and they're still coming out of the potato processing. So I have no idea how many are left. Let's see. Wow, we still have over 10 pallets of potato soup, probably closer to 15 pallets there, 7 or 8 pallets of fried potatoes, more than 10 pallets of French fries, 1 pallet of potato salad, and 3-4 pallets of paprika chips. So we have at least 20 more pallets here. So I'm going to get this over to the storage warehouse. The trailer looks like it's literally shaking with fear and it's about to break. So let's jump in our tractor. Let's get this secured. So how many do we have on here? I think there's 9 per row. So we have 18, 36, 54 pallets on here. That is absolutely insane. And yeah, our tractor's not really doing a good job of pulling this, and I can't say that I blame it. So we'll get over to the storage facility, and I'll see you back at the potato processing when we're ready to load up again. Okay, so we are finished loading, finally, from the potato processing, and just look at how much we have here. So 54 pallets on the original load, plus another 9, 18, 36, plus another 42 pallets. So that's 96 pallets in total out of the potato processing. Those are absolutely crazy numbers, bearing in mind that we still managed to sell most of our products throughout the year last year. So we are going to make an absolute mountain of money from our potato products throughout this year. Now I do also need to get the bread unloaded because I think the output's almost full. So let's get that done quickly now. And looks like our forklift, I told it to go over here on a worker, but it just decided to go and hide in the shed instead. I guess it got a little scared from all the unloading it had to do already today. Didn't want to do any more unloading. Well, sorry to tell you, Mr. Forklift, there's a little more unloading to do. Fortunately, we only have about 14 pallets to unload from the bakery, not the ridiculous 96 that we had to unload from the potato processing. So I will get this done very quickly and I'll be back with you shortly. So 13,000 litres of bread all ready to go into storage, and bearing in mind that it's only March and we're not going to be selling the bread until December, we're going to have a lot of bread come December time. This year is going to be very, very profitable for us. I think we're going to be able to buy our cow barn towards the end of the year. Let's park our trailer away, and then let's just take a look at exactly how much we have in terms of storage. I think something I thought of while I was unloading the potato processing, something I would like to do is maybe look at some kind of central storage solution. I know there are some mods that allow you to have like a central storage warehouse that all of your productions deposit into automatically. So I might take a look at that in between episodes, because unloading everything there was definitely not the most entertaining to watch. But look at exactly what we have in here. So 23 grass bales, 29 pallets of soup, paprika chips, French fries, potato pancakes, fried potatoes. Let's take a quick look at the prices. Fried potatoes next month, potato soup in May, French fries in June, potato pancakes and potato salad in July. So plenty of selling to do over the next few months. And I think what I'm going to do now is skip through to April. And let's discuss the crops we're going to be planting this year. I'll see you then. Welcome to April. And let's do our usual whip over the fence. So while we're feeding the chickens, let's discuss what crops we're going to plant this year. So I'm going to plant 3 fields of sorghum. I'm going to plant the 2 fields over the back there. And I'm going to plant the field that had sunflowers with sorghum as well. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to continue producing bread throughout the year. We need sorghum as the main base crop for our pigs. And also, we have an upcoming level of VIP order that requires 65,000 litres of sorghum. So 3 fields of sorghum are going in this year. That should allow us to take care of everything that we need to for the year. And then we're going to plant some red beet as well. So red beet, I think we can plant that in the field behind where we are. We'll need to get a ridge maker. In fact, we probably should have done that last month in prep for this month, shouldn't we? We should have gotten the ridge maker, and then we could have done that before we planted this month. But never mind. What I will do is, first off, I'm going to rent the ridge maker for our red beets. I'll go up and down that field there with that, and then the small tractor, I believe, is capable of pulling the tool that plants the red beets. So the small tractor can be busy planting that field while the big tractor is drilling the sorghum. And then for the rest of the fields, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Let's see how we're doing once we have planted those two fields. Let's go to our vegetable technology. We'll rent the ridge maker, so it's this. And we'll also rent the planter, which is this. I'm going to send our big tractor over there to collect these things because it can probably collect both tools, because I believe we have some potato products that can be sold, so I can start making plans to load those up. It was the fried potatoes, wasn't it? So 2534, yeah, we're going to be able to offload these this month, and potato soup as well. So let's get the fried potatoes out. We will grab our small trailer for this because we don't need the large one, and we can get it in place and start loading up while our other tractor is collecting the tools to make the ridges. And I think what I'll do is make a start loading these up. I'll start making the ridges, and I'll rejoin you again shortly. Okay, so we've loaded up the small trailer with our fried potatoes, and I'm going to strap them in. So 10,500 litres. And where was the best sell point for them? Farmer Wholesale, City of Pinal. Let's leave it for an hour just to see how those prices develop. And in the meantime, we'll get started on making ridges in this field here for our red beets. So I'll go around the headland, and then I'll probably set a worker loose on the rest of it. Oh, I need to cultivate the field first, don't I? I didn't think about that last month. So, one extra pass of the field required. Let's go grab our cultivator and get that done first. That actually works out okay, because we can sell the potato products while the field's being cultivated, and then we can make the ridges afterwards. So, let's get over to the field with our power harrow. Now I will get this done and I will come back to you once it's been completed. Okay, what I've decided to do just now is actually rent a medium tractor for the month, because we have 3 fields still to drill and roll, and trying to do that with one tractor I think is going to be a bit much. So I'm going to rent a medium tractor to chase the tractor carrying the drill around the field with the roller. So let's see which one we're going to get. I want to get one that has a CVT gearbox. We'll get the Valtra. Yeah, we'll get wheel weights. And then we'll get jet black rims, of course. There we go. Okay, let's rent this for the month. It's going to cost us 10,000 euros, but that's okay. So over to the store. We'll send this back to our farm. And that can be helping our big tractor sow the fields. So while that's on its way back to the farm, I'll continue with this manually, and then by the time I've done this row, maybe the medium tractor can go around with the ridge maker while our big tractor gets started on drilling the sorghum into the first of our 3 fields. Okay, quick update. So we are planting red beet in the long skinny field. As we mentioned, the large tractor has been around the headland of the old sugarcane field, as you can see to the left there. It's been around the headland of that with the drill planting sorghum, and a worker is taking care of the rest of that. Meantime, we have another worker and our borrowed tractor taking care of the ridges in this field. Definitely having that extra hired help in the form of an extra tractor helps. Once again, the need for a third tractor shows itself. Nothing's coming up in the discount store, so we're just having to rent an extra tractor as we need it. Anyways, I will continue on with this, and I will rejoin you again shortly. Okay, so it looks like our small tractor has run out of seeds for its beet, or whatever. It's run out of its beet seeds. I don't think they're really called beet seeds. I don't actually know what they're called, but it's run out, so I'm just sending it back over to the store to top up. I know I could just send it over to the drill on the other field, but as it doesn't have much to do once it has planted the red beets in that field, I'm just going to send it over to the store to save disturbing our other tractors doing what they're doing. So let's hope it makes it all the way without getting stuck, and in the meantime I will continue with the rolling. get this little piece done here. And then I think I'll do an extra row just at the top here, because I noticed that the tractor was getting stuck turning around. So maybe if I do an extra piece here, it won't do that anymore. In fact, I may as well just do the rolling myself. There's not much to do. I'll be on rolling duties, and our other tractors can be doing their other duties. And I'll just check the map. Yeah, our small tractor's well on its way to the store. It was stuck for a minute there, but it seems to have sorted itself out, so that's good. And our big tractor's busy planting that piece of that field. Of course, it has the field ahead of us still to do, and the field that had sunflowers in it last year, so still plenty to do for this month. I'm also thinking that I should probably plant some soybeans to keep our potato processing running. So I think I'm going to plant those in either in field 3 or in the field next to our farm. Maybe even in both, because I don't think we have any soybeans left, do we? Let's get set up for this row, and we'll actually check how many soybeans we have left and how many we should look at planting this year. So quick check on our soybeans. I think they are right up the top here. So we don't have any soybeans left. And I'm thinking if we plant 2 lots of soybeans this year, one in this field here, had soybeans in it last year, and then we can fill this field also with soybeans. This field will keep as grass. Do we need any more grass? We could fill this whole area with soybeans, and then this field can just be our grass field for the year. Not sure what to do with that. I will have a think and decide, but soybeans definitely going into field 3. Might just leave soybean planting until May. Check our calendar quickly. I think it can be April or May. Yeah, April or May for soybeans, so we have a little bit of a window where we can plant those. And let's take over from this worker just to finish these last 2 little strips, and then we can send it over to the next field. So I'm just mopping up what seem to be mostly straggly pieces in this red beet field. There's a whole strip there that's been missed, which I will grab in a second. But it looks like there are areas where the ground texture isn't quite as thick as other areas, like this strip ahead of us here. So I'm just going over it to make sure that we have full coverage. And it looks like we don't, because our fill level is slowly decreasing as we're going over this piece. So I'm not really sure why it wasn't planted in the initial pass. I want to ensure that we get a full covering across the whole field. So we'll just do this last strip and then this piece down the edge here, and that will be our red beets planted. And I think I can quite safely say that we will get 135,000 litres from this. It's a super high yielding crop. I did plant a big field of it just to be sure that we do get enough and we're not waiting another whole year to fulfill that piece of the VIP order. So I'd rather have way too much than not enough. And of course, any excess can go straight into our soup factory for producing soup. So it's not going to be sold at a super low price. It's definitely not going to get wasted. It's not going to go on the floor in our bale warehouse for us to have to pick up again. It's all going to get used and used well. So we'll just finish this last little piece here. And then I think for our small tractor, maybe we'll start going over the sorghum fields with fertilizer. For the fields over there this year, I think I'm going to up our grass operation. And the reason I've decided to do that is because I think we're going to be able to afford to get cows at the end of this year. And so I want to ensure that we have enough grass, enough hay, and enough silage to start producing total mixed ration. So my thought is we already have about 20 bales of grass in storage, and the first chop of grass for the season can be hay. Second chop can be for silage. Let's just eject the seeds here and return our vegetable planter. Yeah, so the first chop can be for hay. Second chop can be for silage, which means we'll need to get a bale wrapper. I think I'm going to get the one that we rented previously rather than getting one that you drag around the field. I think that makes more sense because we can easily just collect up the bales on a trailer, feed them to the wrapper as we need to, and then we don't have to worry about planning which chop is for silage and which is for grass. So that's my plan. I'll get the seeds, I'll get the grass planted in that field next month because then it'll all grow together. So I'll chop the grass in the furthest field there and I'll plant fresh grass in the little bit that's closer to us next month. But for now, let's go over to the first sorghum field and get it fertilized. Okay, so the second field has been drilled with sorghum, and we are just going around the headland with the roller now. In the meantime, we've been around the headland of the third field with the drill, planting sorghum, and we've set a worker loose on the rest of that field. Once we've rolled this field, we'll send the roller over there to follow the tractor around. Then we'll get both of these two fields fertilized with the small tractor, and then we can call it there for April. Our small tractor's fertilised everything it can so far, so it's fertilised the one sorghum field that we've already planted, and it started fertilising this field, but it kind of had to stop because the sensor couldn't detect anything where the sorghum hadn't been planted yet, obviously. So we stopped in the middle of the field just there. Once we've been around the headland, this tractor, we will put the rolling on a worker and we will continue with the fertilizing manually. What I'm going to do with the roller though is do a couple of passes of each end of the field, because then hopefully the tractor will be able to turn around without reversing and won't get stuck in a loop of trying to do something that it can't do. You know what I mean. It gets stuck with this roller specifically. I'll figure this out. We'll go around, we'll do a couple of passes at the top where the road is, and then maybe we'll come back down this way and do an extra pass down where the small tractor is, and then we'll put it on a worker. I think that should see us good for the worker completing the rest of it without getting confused. So I finished fertilizing the second field with the small tractor, and I thought I would take the fried potatoes over to the farmer wholesale sell point, and then I thought to check the price of the potato soup, and that's actually nearing its premium price, so it's close enough that I'm going to sell it now. So I'm just topping up the trailer with as much potato soup as I can to go with the fried potatoes, and that's going to net us some extra income. Let's squeeze as much as we can onto the trailer, and then we can get it all over to the sell point and sold off. Alright, let's get this sold off. I'm not sure how much we're going to get here. Should be a decent amount. There we go, so 71, 150 plus 10,000, so 81,000 euros, and we still have 15 pallets of potato soup to bring over here. So let's get this sold off. 41,000 plus 6, grand total of 543,000 right now. That is absolutely exceptional. 722,000 needed, of course, for the cow barn with the feeding robot, plus probably an extra 40,000 or so for the cows, and we're also going to need to get a slurry spreader, which is going to cost, I think I looked in the store and they're about 100,000. So we are aiming for hopefully about 860,000 to afford everything we want to for this year. I will see how our medium tractor is doing with the rolling. That's how it's doing. It's stuck. Surprise, surprise. Our artificially intelligent friend is being extra artificially intelligent with the roller, so I'm just going to do it myself. Okay, so we are almost done rolling this third field. It's completely fertilized and almost rolled. I think I'm just going to finish it off. It's just 2-3 passes left. I'm just going to finish it off camera because I feel like this episode is going to be considerably long and I don't want to make it any longer. So next month in May we'll be cutting the grass, planting some soybeans, planting some more grass. So please do rejoin us in May here in Pallegney. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying following along. If you are, of course, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel and all of that good stuff. And I do hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, bye for now.